Hey you guys, thank you guys for tuning into my video. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for your patience as well, because I know I've had a few people asking me when I was going to post another video. Close friends obviously, but either way, you 42 subscribers are thebomb.com. So this is for me and for you, and especially because I need to always remind myself of all the information that I'm learning, and the best way for me to do it is to basically, once I learn it, to repeat it and teach it. So that's kind of my system, and that's kind of why I'm doing this journey, because I get so excited about all the information I'm learning, but if I don't keep, talking about it or discussing it, sometimes it's easy for us to just kind of forget all those ideas and those new habits that we're creating. So again, this is why I am doing this journey and making these videos, and hopefully again trying to be more consistent. So thank you guys for your patience. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys as always. So what I wanted to actually do is a little quick book review on a book that I finished. I actually finished it a few months ago, but your girl gets busy and sometimes a little overwhelmed, so it's been a minute. But this book is by Pam Grout. It's E² 9 Do-It-Yourself Energy Experiments that prove your thoughts create your reality. So that's the number one thing that we always talk about, right? Sorry, I'm gonna try to fix this video a little bit. Look, and I put some false lashes on for you guys, so trying to look cute. Okay, trying, that's the word, trying. No, I'm just kidding. See, there I go. I need to be confident. What am I talking about? Man, I look good. So anyways, that's why I'm doing this video for you guys, because I didn't want to scare you guys away. So I had to make sure, I put some of my highlighting on. You see all that? Okay. Anyways, moving on. So this book here is actually really good. Like, honestly, when I read it, I couldn't stop. Like, I finished it pretty quick. I think it only took me, I don't know, maybe like a week or two. Well, I had the book for about a week or two, and then once I really just got into the middle of the book, I literally finished the whole second half, probably in a day, because this is when I had nothing to do at my job at the last store I was at. Anyways, so I finished it. It's a really good book. I really recommend it. You guys, this one here, we always hear about your thoughts create your reality. You hear that all the time. I think, therefore I am. Whatever the mind can believe, the mind will conceive. All those things, we hear all those quotes all the time, all day long, especially if you're really into the law of attraction and manifestation, and trying to learn about how to create and fulfill, the life that you really deserve. And again, you guys, you deserve it all. And that's another thing too. And she does mention that in the book, which I've actually gotten from more recent numerous other speakers. I remember Marissa Peers on YouTube, you can look her up. She talks about us feeling not enough, and so really trying to tell yourself I am enough. Well, when I read this book after watching that video, I was like, wow, what a coincidence. Pam Grout talks about it here in the book. So she talks a lot about that as well. So a lot of times we're having trouble in manifestation. We're having trouble trying to, we're like, okay, I'm being positive, I'm thinking positive thoughts. Well, why are bad things happening, or why am I still not getting ahead? And she talks, because a lot of times, even though you're trying to tell yourself and you're kind of trying to trick yourself to believe those things, to believe, okay, I'm gonna start manifesting this, I'm gonna start, writing my affirmations, which I'm a big firm believer on affirmations. And again, I sometimes kind of fall off, and it's something that I have to constantly keep reminding myself about. But again, it's because sometimes, even though we're trying to, create that new habit and that new belief system, which is totally possible, and that's what it comes down to, is basically creating a new belief system. And again, Pam Grout talks a lot about that, because we have old patterns and old habits. So sometimes when we're not, manifesting things that we're, trying really hard to, it's because sometimes you might not feel you deserve it. And so a lot of that comes down to thinking you're not enough. So in here she talks again, I am enough, believing that you're enough, believing that there's an abundance to go around. There's enough for everyone. It's not just, only, the rich can achieve those things, or only certain people can. No, there's enough, and you have to start believing those things. So in this book too, she talks a little bit about going back to those belief systems. So she mentions that a lot of those belief systems, majority of them can come before the age of 5. Okay, so if you're a parent, please keep that in mind. because I know I have to watch it, especially with Maximo. You know, he's 2 right now, and I'm like, shit, I got 3 more years to try to create as many positive habits, right? And you know, we try to be the best parents that we can, and that's really all you can do. But you know, as long as you're really trying to learn for yourself, to learn for your children, and to pass on a new belief system, I think that's what it really comes down to. Because a lot of us get stuck into just the constant same repeat belief system, and it just goes from one generation to the next, which is why wealthy people, the rich, they have that belief system. They have that successful belief system, which is why it trickles down, and you have generations of successful, you know, and rich families, you know, like the Rockefellers and things like that, that just goes down, trickles down because of that belief system. So why can't we create that belief system? Why can't we change it? Get out of this whole middle class mindset, you know, work hard, go to school, get a good job. Can we please stop telling our fucking children this? It's nothing wrong with going to school. I have a bachelor's degree, 3 associates. I think school is awesome. I have a lot of my best friends are fucking smart and the most amazing women in my life who have, you know, bachelor degrees, master degrees. I look up to these women all the time, and I'm glad to have them in my life. But that's not the only way. And so I get frustrated when I constantly hear people with the same belief system. You know, go to school, get a good job. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not bashing it. But what I want us to start understanding is that we can create whatever belief system we want. So we need to start creating a new one to pass on for generations. So in here, she talks a lot about that, a lot about how things just start from when you're younger. Like I said, by the age of 5. So, you know, a lot of times when you have like money issues, you know, like a long time, you know, my dad would always talk about save, 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 save. And don't get me wrong, I love saving money. I think it's great to save money. I'm great at saving money. But you can't just hoard your money. And she talked about you can't just hoard your money, and then where's that going to get you? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just, yes, it's good to save money, but you have to also experience life. And that's one thing that I know I got from my childhood. My dad was not good at taking vacations, not good at wanting to spend money, you know, to go out to eat. Oh my gosh, he hates going to restaurants. Okay, he's old school Mexican. We have frijoles and tortillas at home. Okay, so that's pretty much what I grew up with. So for me, it is hard to want to do those things. I see people going on vacations, and I'm like, okay, I need to start changing my belief system, because it's so hard for me to take a vacation. Like, I don't know. And again, I know it's from that childhood, you know, belief system. If, you know, my dad would always say, oh, a day you're not working is a day you're not making money. I mean, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Like, I can't believe that anymore. I mean, yes, we have to work hard, but there's a smarter way to do things. And that's exactly why I'm trying to reprogram my mind. And it's things like this that's helping me to reprogram my mind. So I really recommend this book. I mean, I literally, I don't know if you can see, but I literally like highlighted, not highlighted because I don't like to highlight, but I like to use pencil when I'm reading my book so that I can take notes and put arrows and sometimes put little side notes that maybe can relate to me. So I have, you know, notes all over this book. It's really great. So, I mean, I can even randomly, you know, just open it up and, you know, pretty much read, you know, apart from it. I mean, here she's talking about, let me see, there's so much good stuff. I don't want to make this video too long, but I tend to have a habit of doing that. So so asking for guidance, that was a really great one that I really like that she talks about in the book. She says, you know, and again, it doesn't matter if you believe God or the universe. I prefer the universe, but it doesn't matter either way. It's just believing in a higher power, and within yourself, that you're capable of that higher power. So she says to ask for guidance, you know, asking for guidance. If you're in a situation where you're confused, you're not sure what to do, then ask for guidance on getting a sign. Like, baby daddy's home, and he's probably like, why am I parked underneath the tree? Because I had bad lighting, so I was trying to get out of the sun. So, but she's talking about asking for guidance, you know, really watching for a sign and being specific onto, you know, what you're asking for, because a lot of times we're trying to, you know, manifest certain things, and, you know, you want a clear sign, but we're not specific. So giving a deadline. So she gives little step-by-step things as far as how to do that. So again, she actually gives you 9 experiments to test. So one of them is actually creating a deadline, you know, asking for a certain, you know, sign, and being specific. And she gives stories about it. There's funny stories in here too, and she's pretty funny too. So the book is a very easy read, very enjoyable. And just giving you different experiments to test so that you can kind of, you know, see exactly what she's trying to give you that belief system, so that you can start seeing, you know, actual evidence, actual proof. And basically to create, again, that new habit, a new belief system. Let me see what else before I go. What else can I kind of point out? There's so much good stuff. Like, I just really enjoyed it. Like, I couldn't wait to finish it. And I wish I would have did this video sooner, honestly, because, I mean, like I said, I finished it a few months ago, so my mind wasn't as fresh, and so I had to try to, I was kind of skimming it, reading some of it again, so that I would know what to talk about with you guys, because, you know, right now I'm reading another book that I'm working on, which is a really great book also, so when I finish that one, I really need to make sure that I can do a video right away, so that all the information is fresh in my head. You guys, there's like so much good stuff in this book. Like, I don't even know where to stop and to read from, because it's all really good. Like, I'll just end up reading the whole book to you guys, and this isn't an audiobook video, so I'm not gonna do that to you. But right here she says, like, for example, let's see, basically, again, what you focus on, right? Everybody talks about what you focus on is going to expand. So she's talking about right here, let's take being broke, for example. This is me reading from the book. Let's take being broke, for example. Most of us can agree we don't want to be broke. So what do? We call our stockbrokers. We read books, articles about getting rich, fully ignoring the fact that by trying to get rich, we are devoting our minds to the idea that we're not already rich. So consequently, we've decided in advance to be broke. So that kind of resonated with me too, because it's like, okay, so I have to, so again, it talks about, you know, stop focusing on trying, on the trying part, or wanting to be, because all you're doing is you're kind of pushing it further away from yourself as an unattainable goal. So she says, if we simply devote our minds to feeling rich, to being grateful for all the already apparent riches in our lives. So again, and you hear a lot about gratitude. So this kind of takes it back and ties it into everything that we know successful people, you know, have their belief system of successful people and the habits that they've created. So gratitude. So really already feeling rich and already, you know, being grateful for the things that you do have. Let's see. So she says, say our families and our wonderful friends being broke would disappear. Okay, so we only experience it because we devote our thoughts to it. That's how powerful our minds are. So she said, you got to basically kick that belief in the nuts. That's what she says. You got to kick it in the nuts. So, you know, don't focus on things that you can't have, or I can't have that, or I wish I can do this. Just feel, you know what, I know I deserve that, and it's going to come to me. And just be more confident in your belief system. So it's a really good book. I mean, I could sit here and find so many things to read, but again, I don't want to make this video any longer than I already have. So I highly recommend it. Check it out. She has another book that I actually am going to order today. It's in my Amazon wish list, which is, I guess, kind of like a part 2 to this book. So I'm excited for that. But again, like I said, once I finish reading the other book that I'm currently reading, which is You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. I think that's her name, Jen Sincero. Something like that. But it's a great book, and you've probably heard of it. So once I finish that book, then I'm going to talk about that. So you guys, thanks for watching my video. Sorry I kind of rambled. I know, like I said, I wish I would have did the video while the information was more fresh into my head. So, but anyways, it's still a great book, and definitely one to grab and add to your self-development bookshelf. Highly recommend it. So you guys, again, spread kindness because the world needs it. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. Love you. Bye.